Good morning class. Today we are going to begin with EVS 1 lesson number 21 part number 5 part 5th. Circulation of blood. The blood carries the oxygen obtained from the air and the energy giving substances in our body to all parts of the body. But what keeps the blood flowing? Now children, you all have learned this in previously you all have learned that blood carries oxygen. But how does it move? What makes it move continuously? The blood flows in our body all the time continuously, that is 24/7. It does not stop. It does not take a break. It does not go on vacation. It is going on. It is moving on without getting tired. It is moving on 24/7. Now how? You know that the heart continually contracts and relaxes for this very purpose. For this very purpose means for this motive only, to move the blood forward in the blood vessels. Understood children? A network that consists of tubes or vessels that carry blood away from the heart and those that bring back the blood to the heart is spread throughout the body. Now here two types of blood vessels are mentioned. One which takes the blood from the heart and other which brings the blood to the heart. The veins and the arteries. Two types of blood vessels are there in our body. It is the veins and the arteries. They together are called blood vessels or a network of blood vessels. The process of keeping the blood flowing through all parts of the body is called blood circulation. What is that process called? That process is called blood circulation. Now, innumerable substances are carried from one part of the body to another all the time. That too is made possible by the circulation of the blood. The heart and the network of blood vessels together form the circulatory system. As long as we are alive, the process of blood circulation goes on continuously day and night. So children, the process of keeping the blood flowing through all parts of the body is called blood circulation. This is a process. What is this process? Blood circulation. Who does this? Heart. How does the heart do it? By continuously contracting and relaxing. That is due to respiration, and this movement is possible due to diaphragm, the up and down movement of your body. That is, during respiration you must have felt the up and down movement. That is due to diaphragm. Okay. Now the contraction and relaxation, that is the pumping of the heart, makes the blood flow throughout the body. The heart and the network of the blood vessels together form the circulatory system. What is this? The heart and the network of blood vessels. What is circulatory system? The heart and the network of blood vessels. Blood vessels means the veins and the arteries. They are together called circulatory system. As long as we are alive, till we are alive, the process of blood circulation goes on continuously, day and night, without fail. It goes on continuously for 24/7. Understood children? Now moving further, coming to the next page, you can see the picture of the circulatory system. You can see the blue and red blood vessels. The blue is the veins, the red is the arteries. You can see it is the diagram of the circulatory system. See, Did you see it? Yes, it is on page number 112. Now moving further, can you tell how do we know that we are hungry and that we should now eat? How do the salivary glands come to know that there is food in the mouth and it is the time to secrete saliva? What makes respiration and the blood circulation go on all the time and the process of digestion happens at the right time? Now children, how do we feel that we are hungry? When do we feel? Now if you are reading, if you are in the school or if you are playing, but then to this sensation of feeling hungry or feeling thirsty or need to attend nature's call are some of the sensations you come to know whenever you are busy also. Not only you are sitting idle, but when you are busy also. But these sensations you come to know. This is because of the brain. Now when the energy in your body is utilized, the need of energy is there, the brain tells you to eat something. When you are tired, when you are exhausted, at that time the brain tells you to take rest, to sleep for some time. When there is lack of water in your body, the heat is more, at that time you feel thirsty. Again, this is the work of the brain to tell you to drink water. Right children? Now the salivary glands. Again, it is coordinated with the brain. As soon as the morsel of food is put in your mouth and the teeth start chewing it, the brain gives the order to salivary glands to secrete saliva, which makes the food moist, helps in chewing, and then it is easily transferred from the mouth from the esophagus to the stomach. Right? So this is the coordination done by the brain with the different organ systems in our body. Now what makes the respiration and the blood circulation go on all the time? Again, it is the brain. You need to inhale, you need to exhale, the digestion of food, the blood circulation. These are done by the involuntary muscles of our body. The involuntary muscles means at that time these muscles do not require order. They have to work. They know they have to work. They can't go on rest. They can't go on a vacation. They can't take leave. So children, these are the organs which are called involuntary muscles of our body. They work continuously. Moving further, the nervous system. The function of the respiratory, circulatory and digestive system are vital for our body. Vital means are important for our body. They have to be carried out ceaselessly without any effort. It has to be done up. There are some tasks that we carry out only when we like. For example, if you like to speak, you will speak. If you like to run, you will run. If you like to study or you are forced to study, or if you are in the school, at that time you will study. But playing willingly, when you like to play, you will play. Like that many other things are there. These things are dependent on our will. When we get the order from the brain, these functions are performed. But respiratory, circulatory, digestive system are going on continuously without any orders from the brain. You have learnt that coordination means paying attention to all the different functions and ensuring that they all occur at the right time and in the right manner. They all occur. Maintaining this coordination is the function of the brain. There is a network that connects the brain with all the different parts of the body. This is a network of nerves that carry messages to and fro between the brain and the parts of the body. The brain and the network of nerves are together called nervous system. The nervous system functions to coordinate all our bodily functions. Now children, the messenger is what? Who is the messenger? The nervous system. Now how does the brain send message? Through the nervous system, through the nerves. Now here you can see there is a maintaining this coordination is the function of the brain. The brain has to maintain the function. When the brain is giving order, it has to see also that it is executed properly. Now executed how? From what? There is a network that connects the brain with all the different parts of the body. So who is the mediator? The nerves. This is a network of nerves that carry messages to and fro, from here to there, from there to here, to and fro, between the brain and the parts of the body. The brain and the network of nerves are together called nervous system. What are they together called? Nervous system. Now what is nervous system? A network of nerves which carry the messages from the brain to all the different parts of the body. Now the nervous system functions to coordinate all our bodily functions. So who is behind all the functions that we execute? It is the nervous system. Now moving further, now you can see the nervous system. That was circulatory system and this is the nervous system. In nervous system, what can you see? It is the brain. This is the spinal cord, and this spinal cord is connected with the nerves. All these nerves are connected to the spinal cord. Now this is one full thing. You can see the brain, the spinal cord and the nerves. So what is this? Which diagram is this? The nervous system. So the nervous system consists of the brain, the spinal cord and the nerves. Moving further, do you know drinking alcohol has many ill effects on the body? It affects the nervous system, leading to loss of control over the movements of the body and lack of coordination. That is why it is dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol. If one keeps drinking alcohol for a long period of time, it causes ulcer on the inner lining of the digestive organs. It can also seriously affect the functions of the liver and the kidney. Now children, drinking alcohol means what? Alcohol, liquor, sharab, daru. It is very, very bad. It is injurious. It has many ill effects on our body. It has a very bad impact on our body. We shouldn't drink. It affects the nervous system, leading to loss of control. Now what happens when a person drinks alcohol? It affects the nervous system, leading to loss of control over the movement. There is loss of control. The brain tells you one thing and the body is doing the other thing. So the control, the coordination is lost. The movements of the body and lack its coordination. That is why it is dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol. Why it is told drink and drive case? Why people are not allowed to drive after drinking? This is the reason. Because your body does not coordinate with the brain. If you have to go left, you will go right. You will cross the speed level also. So your body is not in the control of the brain. If one keeps drinking alcohol for a long period of time, it causes ulcer on the inner lining of the digestive organs. It can also seriously affect the functions of the liver and the kidneys. Now previously we learned how the brain is not able to coordinate the functions, bodily functions. Now the second effect is the inner lining of the digestive organs, the inner side is affected. Ulcer is created. You know ulcer means chale. You get ulcer in your mouth, at that time you are not able to eat anything. In the same way, there are ulcers formed on the inner lining of the digestive organs. So at that time what will happen? There will be burning sensation, your stomach will pain, you will not be able to eat normal food also. Then you will have to eat food which is without any spice, only salt. So these are the effects of drinking alcohol. So it is a bad habit, no children? So nobody should encourage that habit. Try to stop it. If anyone is having the habit of drinking alcohol, try convince and stop that habit. It can seriously affect the functions of the liver and kidneys also. The liver and kidneys also may start dysfunctioning. So again it is bad. All the system will not work properly. So somewhere or the other a person is suffering from so many diseases. Which system work together to provide the body with energy? Now we are talking about the other systems in the body. We have learned something about the respiratory system, the digestive system, the circulatory system, and the system that coordinates the function of all the systems of the body, the nervous system. Besides these, there are several other systems in our body. For example, the skeletal system gives support and shape to the body. What is the work of the skeletal system? It gives support and shape to the body and protects the important organs inside it, and it protects the vital organs inside our body. Now coming further, the excretory system expels the waste substances that are formed in our body. The excretory system. Now what is the work of the excretory system? It has the work of expelling. Expelling means throwing out, disposing the waste substances that are formed in our body. Now after digestion, after taking away the nutritive substances, there is wastage formed. Now the wastage is thrown outside the body in the form of solid, liquid and gas. So this work is done by the excretory system. The working of all these systems is extremely complex. It is complex, but it is important to have information about them. It is very, very important. We should know about them. When these all the systems work in coordination, our body can remain healthy. If the function of any of the system is disturbed, if the function of any one of our system is disturbed, it affects all the other systems in the body too. Now children, this is a chain, this is a network. If one part of the chain is broken or damaged, it affects or it has the impact on full of the chain. In the same way, if one system is not working properly, if one organ of that system is not working properly, what will happen? Eventually everything, all the systems will be affected. A group of organs that carry out some functions of the body is called a systems. This is what we have learned. The nose, the trachea, the lungs and the diaphragm are the organs of the respiratory system. The mouth, the esophagus, the stomach and the small intestines, the large intestine, rectum and the anus and certain glands outside the alimentary canal are the organs of the digestive system. Sorry. Other systems like the circulatory system, the skeletal system, the excretory system also take part of the other important functions of our body. The nervous system coordinates to all the functions of the body. For us to lead a healthy life, all our systems must function properly. So, what do we need? We need for a healthy life, all our systems must function smoothly. That was all for today. Thank you.